Yella Beezy is facing life in prison, and he's scared to death. After getting busted for putting a hit on Mo 3, he's been thrown into one of the deadliest prisons where survival isn't guaranteed. Word is, prison life is hitting him hard, and he's scrambling to find a way out, but he's so broke that even his grandma had to step in.
You agree with me that your grandson is substantially well off, correct?
He might used to be, but if he could make a $2 million bond, he'd be out.
In this video, we're diving into why Beezy is scared to death in prison and the deadly beef that landed him there in the first place. Yella Beezy petrified as murder charges arise. Yella Beezy is going through hell behind bars right now, and it all traces back to one fateful day, November 11th, 2020. On that day, Mo 3 had no idea his life was about to take a tragic turn. It was just another ordinary day for the Dallas rapper who was going about his routine, completely unaware of the danger lurking around the corner. But as he drove along Interstate 35, a car began to tail him, setting off a chilling chain of events that would lead to a desperate, heartbreaking chase for survival. The pursuit began when Mo 3 noticed the vehicle following him closely, a sight that immediately put him on high alert. With his instincts honed by years of navigating the streets, Mo 3 knew he had to act quickly. He attempted to evade the car, weaving through traffic in a bid to lose his pursuer. However, the driver remained relentless, matching his every move and refusing to back down. As the chase intensified, Mo 3 made the split-second decision to stop his car in the middle of the highway, hoping to escape on foot. It was a risky move, but one he felt was necessary given the circumstances. Exiting his vehicle, Mo 3 sprinted down the highway, his heart pounding as he fought to outrun the threat behind him. The masked gunman, undeterred by the traffic and chaos, followed suit, exiting his car and pursuing Mo 3 with a firearm in hand. The scene was one of sheer terror, with the rapper's life hanging in the balance as he ran for his life. The highway, typically a symbol of freedom and movement, became a battleground, with Mo 3 caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse. This harrowing chase, captured on video, would later become a key piece of evidence in the investigation into Mo 3's death and the prosecution of Yella Beezy. The footage released by prosecutors paints a vivid picture of the events that unfolded on that tragic day, offering a glimpse into the final moments of a talented artist whose life was cut short far too soon. The murder of Mo 3 prompted an intense investigation by law enforcement. Detectives worked tirelessly to piece together the events of that fateful day, gathering evidence and interviewing witnesses. The investigation quickly gained momentum, and within a month, authorities made a significant breakthrough. Dontrell White was arrested and charged with the murder of Mo 3. White's arrest marked a crucial turning point in the case, as investigators sought to uncover the motive behind the brazen attack. As the investigation unfolded, a startling revelation came to light. Evidence suggested that the murder of Mo 3 was not a random act of violence, but rather a calculated hit. This revelation led investigators to explore the possibility of a murder-for-hire plot, a theory that would soon implicate another prominent figure in the Dallas rap scene.
State's witness will testify to the amount of money that was to be paid for the murder.
In March 2025, the investigation took a dramatic turn when Marquise Conway, known as Yella Beezy, was formally indicted by a Dallas County grand jury. The indictment alleged that Yella Beezy had orchestrated the murder of Mo 3 by hiring Dontrell White as a hitman. Beezy was hit with serious charges, including capital murder for hire, a charge that carries heavy legal consequences. Yella Beezy's arrest sent shock through the music industry and the public, as fans and fellow artists grappled with the gravity of the allegations. The rapper was taken into custody and held in the Dallas County Jail, with a bond initially set at $2 million. The news of his arrest dominated headlines, sparking intense media coverage and public speculation. The timeline of events leading up to Yella Beezy's indictment is a testament to the complexities of the case and the meticulous efforts of law enforcement. From the tragic murder of Mo 3 to the arrest of Dontrell White, each development added a new layer to the unfolding narrative. The subsequent indictment of Yella Beezy marked a pivotal moment in the investigation, raising questions about the motives and relationships that may have contributed to the alleged murder-for-hire plot. After being accused of orchestrating the murder of fellow rapper Mo 3, his bond was initially set at a staggering $2 million. However, in a surprising twist, his grandmother's heartfelt testimony played a pivotal role in convincing the judge to reduce the bond to $750,000. She argued that he isn't as wealthy as his public image might appear to be. Simply put, Yella Beezy could not afford the original amount. The bond reduction hearing for Yella Beezy unfolded with intense scrutiny. The prosecution, led by Tommy Adams, laid out a compelling case against the rapper, emphasizing the gravity of the charges. They presented a chilling video showing the alleged hitman, Dontrell White, chasing and shooting Mo 3 on Interstate 35. Adams argued that Conway posed a significant flight risk, citing his ownership of a bulletproof Denali and substantial bank accounts. He highlighted a suspicious withdrawal of $40,000 shortly after the murder, suggesting a financial link to the crime. In an unexpected twist, the prosecutor states that Yella Beezy was only responsible for part of the bounty.
This witness will testify to the individuals responsible for the payment. That state's witness will also testify that Marquise Conway was one of the individuals responsible for a portion of that payment.
If Yella Beezy only paid for a portion of the bounty, who were the other possible people who paid for the bounty and put a hit on Mo3's head? In contrast, the defense team argued that there was no concrete evidence connecting Conway to the murder-for-hire plot. They pointed out the absence of any text messages or social media communications indicating his involvement.
We received no information of a text message, any message on social media platform that our client paid for this murder.
Alma Jean Alexander, Conway's grandmother, delivered a poignant testimony, asserting that her grandson could not afford the $2 million bond. Judge Gracie Lewis, after considering both sides, decided to reduce the bond to $750,000, with strict conditions prohibiting contact with victims or witnesses. Her decision reflected a balance between the severity of the charges and the financial realities presented.
You agree with me that your grandson is substantially well off, correct?
He might used to be, but if he could make a $2 million bond, he'd be out.
This financial revelation was an unexpected development in the case.
I'm aware of all of those things, but I know he don't want to be in here, so I know if he could afford it, he'd be out. Plus, he has other bills. He don't just have money laying around.
For his own grandmother to mention this, it shows how frightened Yella Beezy is of staying in the Dallas County Jail. And believe me, it's one of the worst county jails in the entire country. With its population surging to alarming levels, the facility is teetering on the brink of chaos. Reports of overcrowding have sparked a wave of concern as inmates and staff alike face mounting dangers. The implementation of a new court management system, coupled with rising crime rates and seasonal booking spikes, has pushed the jail to its limits, as the number of complaints about living conditions, medical neglect, and the use of force skyrocket. The situation grows increasingly dire. This is the reality that awaits Yella Beezy if he doesn't cough up the bond money. The overcrowding crisis in Dallas County Jail is a multifaceted issue, with several contributing factors pushing the facility to its limits. One of the primary culprits is the recent implementation of a new court management software system known as Odyssey. This system was intended to streamline court processes and improve efficiency, but its rollout has been anything but smooth. The integration of Odyssey with the county's existing adult information system has encountered significant challenges, causing delays in processing cases and extending the time inmates spend in jail. As the system struggles to keep up, the jail's population continues to swell. The software's implementation coincided with a spike in crime rates and seasonal increases in bookings, further exacerbating the situation. Law enforcement agencies in the county have also been conducting special operations, leading to more arrests and adding to the already strained capacity of the jail. These factors combined have created a perfect storm, resulting in a facility operating at nearly full capacity, with little room for error. The consequences of this overcrowding are dire. Inmates are forced to endure cramped living conditions, and the strain on resources has led to complaints of medical neglect and inadequate access to basic necessities. The situation is a ticking time bomb, with the potential for violence and unrest growing as tensions rise within the overcrowded walls of the Dallas County Jail. Dallas County officials are acutely aware of the overcrowding crisis and have been vocal about the challenges they face in managing the jail's increasing population. Dallas County Sheriff Marion Brown and Commissioner John Wiley Price have both addressed the issue, emphasizing their commitment to maintaining order and safety within the facility. Despite the jail operating at nearly full capacity, Price assures the public that the county has not yet needed to divert inmates to other facilities, a costly measure that some peer counties have been forced to adopt. Additionally, the financial burden of maintaining the jail is significant, with operations costing the county millions each month. Despite these challenges, Dallas County officials remain steadfast in their commitment to finding solutions and ensuring the safety of both inmates and staff. With Dallas County Jail set to be Yella Beezy's new home, we need to examine what led up to this point, and that's the beef between him and Mo3. The beef. Yella Beezy and Mo3. Both rappers emerged from humble beginnings, driven by a passion for music and a desire to make their mark in the industry. Yella Beezy grew up in the Oak Cliff neighborhood of Dallas. His journey into music began at a young age, inspired by the likes of Boosie Badass and Kevin Gates. Yella Beezy's breakout moment came in 2017 with the release of his hit single, That's On Me, which quickly gained traction and catapulted him into the spotlight. His blend of catchy hooks and streetwise lyrics resonated with fans, earning him a loyal underground following. Meanwhile, Mo3 Mo3 hailed from the North Dallas area. He also faced a challenging upbringing, which he channeled into his music. Mo3's raw and emotional storytelling set him apart, drawing comparisons to artists like Tupac Shakur. His mixtape, Shotaz Reloaded, released in 2016, showcased his lyrical prowess and established him as a force to be reckoned with in the Dallas rap scene. As both artists gained momentum, their paths inevitably began to cross. They performed at the same venues, shared stages at local events, and were often mentioned in the same conversations about the future of Dallas hip-hop. Initially, there was mutual respect between the two as they navigated the competitive landscape of the music industry. However, as their careers progressed, underlying tensions began to surface, setting the stage for a rivalry that would soon capture the attention of fans and media alike, and eventually lead to one's death and the other's indictment. As Yella Beezy and Mo3 continued to rise in the Dallas hip-hop scene, the initial brotherhood between them began to unravel, giving way to a tension that would soon explode into a full-blown feud. There are also rumors that the friction may have started over a woman. The two rappers exchanged social media shots and song jabs over the years. The competitive nature of the industry, combined with personal grievances, fueled a rivalry that neither artist could ignore. Things seemed to rapidly escalate when Mo3's friend, comedian Roy Pate, was shot and killed in North Dallas in 2018 after dissing Yella Beezy and questioning the rapper's ties to Oak Cliff. The day after Roy died, Yella Beezy was shot in a drive-by in Lewisville, Texas. At the time, many people speculated that Yella Beezy's shooting could be retaliation for Roy Lee's death. The full incident of Yella Beezy's shooting would be discussed later in the video. In April of 2019, Mo3 addressed Yella Beezy's shooting during an interview on Vlad TV and said he didn't have any real beef with Beezy. And in July of that year, Yella Beezy also downplayed his issues with Mo3 during an interview on Vlad TV, apparently claiming he had no idea who Mo3 even was.
Well, after we did the interview with you, I interviewed Mo3.
Who?
Mo3.
I don't know who that is.
After claiming not to know him just a year later, he set up Mo3's murder. The impact of Mo3's death extended beyond the individuals involved, affecting the entire Dallas hip-hop scene. The community was left to grapple with the loss of one of its brightest stars. Artists and fans alike were forced to confront the harsh realities of violence and rivalry within the industry, sparking conversations about the need for unity and support among musicians. In the wake of the tragedy, the Dallas hip-hop community came together to honor Mo3's legacy, celebrating his contributions to the genre and the indelible mark he left on the music world. The hip-hop world is even further heartbroken with the release of new footage capturing the fatal shooting of the beloved Texas artist. The chilling video, which has surfaced in the wake of Yella Beezy's arrest, reveals the harrowing moments leading up to Mo3's tragic death on I-35 in Dallas. As the footage spreads across social media, fans are left devastated, mourning the loss of a talent gone too soon. The arrest of Yella Beezy, charged with capital murder in connection with Mo3's death. The newly released footage provided a haunting glimpse into the final minutes of Mo3's life. As he leaned into the passenger side of his car, the gunman emerged from his own vehicle and sprinted towards Mo3. The video shows the gunman raising his weapon and opening fire, striking Mo3 multiple times in the back. The artist collapsed to the ground, succumbing to his injuries at the age of 28. The release of this footage has sent shockwaves through Mo3's fan base and the wider hip-hop community. Fans, who have long mourned the loss of the talented artist, are now confronted with the visceral reality of his final moments. Social media platforms have become filled with messages of grief and disbelief as heartbroken fans express their sorrow and outrage. Comments such as "Riot Mo3 gone too soon" and "It's never that serious to take somebody's life" reflect the collective mourning of a community grappling with the senselessness of the violence. The timing of the footage's release is particularly significant as it coincides with the arrest of fellow rapper Yella Beezy. Earlier this month, Yella Beezy was charged with capital murder in connection with Mo3's death, a development that has only intensified public interest in the case. Amidst these developments, Mo3's mother, Nicole Williams Noble, has emerged as a voice in the quest for justice. Since the day she lost her son, Nicole has been a pillar of strength, channeling her grief into a relentless pursuit of accountability for those responsible for Mo3's murder. Her reaction to Yella Beezy's arrest was one of raw emotion and a deep-seated desire for justice. Upon hearing the news of Yella Beezy's arrest, Nicole took to social media to express her feelings. Her post was a powerful declaration of her unwavering commitment to seeking justice for her son. "Justice for my baby," she wrote, capturing the intensity of her emotions and the weight of the loss she has endured. For Nicole, the arrest represents a significant step forward in the long and arduous journey toward healing. Nicole's reaction is not only a reflection of her personal pain, but also a testament to the impact of Mo3's death on the community. Her words resonate with fans and supporters who have stood by her side, echoing the collective call for justice and accountability. As the case against Yella Beezy unfolds, Nicole remains steadfast in her her resolve, determined to see the legal process through to its conclusion. The arrest of Yella Beezy has brought a renewed sense of hope to Nicole and those who love Mo3. While the legal proceedings are just beginning, the prospect of justice offers a glimmer of light in the midst of darkness. For Nicole, the journey is far from over, but the arrest marks a pivotal moment in her quest to honor her son's memory and ensure that those responsible are held accountable. Another person who was deeply affected by Mo3's death was Boozy Badass. The turning point in Mo3's career came when Boozy Badass, a seasoned rapper with a keen eye for talent, was introduced to his music by his brother. Boozy, who had recently been released from prison in 2014, was immediately captivated by Mo3's unique sound and lyrical prowess. Recognizing the potential for greatness, Boozy reached out to Mo3, and what began as a professional interest quickly blossomed into a genuine friendship. For Boozy Badass, the loss was deeply personal. He learned of Mo3's death as he was exiting a flight, a moment that would forever be etched in his memory. His friends, aware of the devastating impact the news would have, hesitated to tell him, but the reality could not be avoided. "I was like, damn, they got my dog," Boozy recounted, his words heavy with grief and frustration. In the wake of Mo3's death, Boozy reflected on the harsh realities of the life they had chosen. He spoke candidly about the inherent risks of street life, acknowledging that when individuals sign up for this thug shit, they are accepting the potential for violence and tragedy. Boozy likened it to attending Harvard, where one might miss or fail tests, but in the streets, the stakes are life and death. You sign up for this thug shit, you're gonna get shot at, you're gonna get shot, missed or hit. It's just all a gamble with what we chose, and this the life I chose, he stated. Boozy is absolutely spot on. The life that these rappers chose is one where getting shot at is a reality. Even the mastermind behind Mo3's murder, Yella Beezy, has had his own fair share of bullets amidst other criminal charges. The wild criminal history of Yella Beezy. Yella Beezy has had multiple run-ins with the law. On one fateful day in early November 2021, the city of Plano, Texas, became the epicenter of a media frenzy as news broke of Yella Beezy's arrest. The rapper, whose real name is Marquise DeAndre Conway, was taken into custody by the Plano Police Department. Yella Beezy faced multiple charges, including sexual assault, child endangerment, and unlawful possession of a firearm. These charges were not only serious, but also carried significant legal implications. Law enforcement officials were quick to release a statement confirming the arrest and outlining the charges. They emphasized their commitment to a thorough investigation, ensuring that justice would be served. Meanwhile, Yella Beezy's legal team swiftly responded, asserting his innocence and vowing to fight the charges vigorously. They highlighted the importance of due process and urged the public to withhold judgment until all the facts were presented in court. As the legal proceedings commenced, the case attracted widespread attention, with media outlets and fans eagerly awaiting further developments. The Dallas rapper was held in the Collin County Jail on a $50,000 bond for the sexual assault charge, according to court records. That was Yella Beezy's third arrest that year, after Dallas police arrested him in February on weapons charges, and again in August on gun and drug charges. Also recently, both Yella Beezy and Chris Brown have been named in a lawsuit related to an alleged incident at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. The lawsuit claims that an altercation took place during a concert involving the artists and their entourage. As the legal proceedings unfold, the music world is abuzz with speculation and anticipation, eager to see how this situation will impact the careers of these two prominent figures. The incident at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth unfolded during a highly anticipated concert featuring Yella Beezy and Chris Brown. On the night of the event, the atmosphere was electric, with fans eagerly awaiting performances from the two stars. However, the evening took an unexpected turn when an alleged altercation broke out backstage. According to the lawsuit filed by four men, the confrontation involved members of Yella Beezy and Chris Brown's entourages, resulting in claims of assault. The plaintiffs alleged that they were physically attacked during the incident, leading to injuries that required medical attention. The lawsuit, filed in a Texas court, names both Yella Beezy and Chris Brown, along with several unnamed individuals, as defendants. The legal document outlines the plaintiffs' claims, seeking damages for the alleged assault and the emotional distress that followed. A lawsuit filed July 21, 2024, alleges R&B singer Chris Brown and his entourage beat four men after a concert in Fort Worth. Chris Brown was named alongside Dallas rapper Yella Beezy and others as defendants in the lawsuit. Yella Beezy's attorney, Daryl K. Washington, and the plaintiff's attorney, Tony Busby, spoke with the media in separate Zoom interviews. The media battle was quite an all-timer, with Yella Beezy and Chris Brown's attorneys sowing seeds of doubt in the media. Washington told the media, "Clearly, this was a lawsuit that was filed without doing the due diligence that is required." Washington said his client was innocent. Yella Beezy was at the concert, he said, but had zero involvement in any alleged assault. When you have things that happen this fast, it makes you wonder what's the motivation behind behind it, he added. Washington was pointing to the fact that the lawsuit was filed on July 21st. That was just one day after the concert on July 20th. This appeared to be a lawsuit that was already drafted and was just waiting to fill in some of the blanks, he told the media. The prosecuting attorney, Tony Busby, said, when asked for his response to that remark, said, "That's about as ridiculous. You know who you're talking to, right? I represented the governor of the state, the attorney general." Busby, a high-profile attorney out of Houston, stated he was very particular about who he sued because his clients were certain about who assaulted them. In response to Yella Beezy's attorney's comments, Busby said, "You should never go say things to the media when you don't know what you're talking about." Busby told the media he collected about 10 witness statements, as well as surveillance video, though he declined to share it. The video shows these 4 men were attacked by a large group of people, directed by Chris Brown, he said. Washington stated that his client, Yella Beezy, would not be implicated in any piece of evidence because he simply did not do anything. He also said Yella Beezy will consider legal action of his own. Sounds like Yella Beezy and legal action are almost always in the same conversation. The outcome of his current murder for hire charges and his stay in the Dallas County Jail is one that would be closely monitored. If you enjoyed this video, check out our other awesome videos on the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.